Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and we're back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends. Well, first we got to start off with some news because, well, we've had some interesting developments. Before I get to it, I apologize for not uploading anything yesterday. Um, I had some work I had to work on. I had a site plan that was due for today, and I was, well, I was putting a lot of work in yesterday to make sure it looked as best as I could get it. I didn't quite get every tiny little detail, but I believe I did get the majority of everything. At least I'd say maybe a solid 80%. When I get the mark back. Fingers crossed that's what I get at least. I definitely feel like I put that amount of work into it. So that's what I've been doing all of yesterday. And by the time I got home, it was about 10 o'clock. Ate dinner, got myself all ready for making a video, and it was already 11:30. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to go back to work, quickly spend another hour and a half, 2 hours working on my drawings, adding some extra stuff onto it, and then call it a night, because I don't think people are going to appreciate a midnight release of a video. That, and I was feeling really tired. So here we are with what should have been yesterday's video, and it's kind of a good thing that I did hold off on this because we got some news to cover. So first off, we've got we've got ourselves some patch notes. I'm really hoping that by that title it means they finally fixed the issues for mobile devices, because I know on my tablet, every time I try to play Legends, it's now gotten to the point where I can only play a game, and by the end of that game, I am lagging so much that I have to close the app, turn my device off for a few minutes, let it reset or cool off a bit, and then play another match. It's not worth it for me to play when I'm not around my laptop or when I'm not around a computer that has access to Legends. But I can still make some decks off of it, which is what I'm going to be bringing forth to you in a little bit. Here we are. Let's cover the patch notes at the very least. So Tiny Dragon's 3D model no longer looks like broken when it's animated from the opponent's side of play mat. I haven't seen Tiny Dragon yet being played from my opponent's side, so it hasn't really affected me. Prince of Madness Premium Cardback no longer has a broken glass sheen spread across the art. I didn't really notice that either, so I suppose that's good. And Seducer Darkfire's chosen cost will now render in white. Okay, that I have noticed. It's always been in red, so the fact that it's going to be now in white, going to be more clear and obvious as to what the chosen cost is going to be. That's going to be nice. Future fix is going to be coming for mobile for size wise, and I agree with that. I'd also highly recommend being able to fit all 13 costs that she comes with. I was trying to play off of my device, and it didn't end up coming down to this because they conceded. But I was playing against a Telvanni conscription deck, and I had played Seducer Darkfire down. I couldn't select the 12 Magicka. I couldn't. I tried to scroll it over. It might have been the lag that was causing that, but that's still a problem, and something that I definitely think they should fix. Make it so that it forms 2 rows, 1 row of 7, 1 row of 6 on top of each other, and that way you have all of it nicely centralized in the middle of the screen, and you can easily pick the 12. That might be just for a mobile device. I do play off of a iPad Touch, so that might be just from my experience, but if anybody else is encountering this issue, I highly recommend them fixing it up. Gameplay-wise, Shagoroth will no longer be easily tricked by playing certain playstyles. Was that ever a problem? He'll no longer be so silly to use his own Wraith after Memory Wand during the final battle of 1, 2, or 3. What? Oh, Wrath. not Wraith, my bad. I'd have to go back and play through it again to see what that changes. I don't really know what that does, though. I just know that every time we, and they shouldn't have done it this way where you win the battle. It should just immediately, both players fade out, and it brings you back to the screen and a new icon appears, because I was confused for a solid 5 minutes as to what was going on. So I think I'm hoping that they fix that up a little bit. Seducer Darkfire now prevents prophecy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I thought that may have been a glitch when I was playing it the other day. I had blocked all 5 costs when I played Seducer Darkfire, and I'm swinging face, and he gets a prophecy. I'm going, okay, I'm safe. He plays a javelin. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, wait, but that's a 5 cost. It prevents you from it doesn't prevent you from spending the magicka, which if there was a card that prevents you from spending the magicka to play a card, okay. If that's what Seducer Darkfire did, okay, I could see that going, but that's a 5 cost. I told the game that he can't play any 5 costs while this card's on the field. So why did this not work? That shouldn't be how it works. And it turns out this time I am right. So nice to see that. And creatures affected by a max health debuff will now properly considered wounded in all cases. I didn't know that was a problem for some creatures. I kind of figured that was the case because Leaf Lurker and Finish Off can target wounded creatures. I'm hoping that this doesn't take priority over the code that prevents a card from being targeted by actions. Because otherwise, you just have to wound a creature. You'd have like Nagliv or Iron Atronach and then play Finish Off if it checks for this condition first. If it checks for this condition, then goes through without it. So, anyways, let's keep going onward. Some general DPS for so. Thank you. I'm hoping this fixes it up. I'll have to see when it happens. Fix a crash that occurred when players cast Madness Beckons while Mushroom Tower was in play, giving Betray to a playing card and then trying to use said playing card. So, do these playing cards count as an action? They'd have to, I imagine. I'd have to get myself in that situation. The Heretic title will now work. Okay, and the Sadist after player sacrifices 30 creatures. Okay, so that's that news out of the way. There's actually 3 pieces of news, at least that I could see. I just didn't pull them up quite yet. So let's go over here. Upcoming Legends tournament with Warp Meta, and I'm guessing Warp Meta is looks like a group of community tournament organizers and creators who have been running these tournaments for months. I'm happy for them. They finally got together. We'll be holding 4 weekly open tournaments with $200 prize pools, culminating in a monthly champion. I'll see about maybe playing in one of these tournaments. I would have to figure out how to do that. It looks like I'd have to keep following them on Twitter, which I don't have a Twitter account. Unfortunately, it might be time to go get one for this case. So, we can just go. I think we can just go to here to sign up for the first few events. So I might consider signing up for a tournament. Will I win? Probably not. I mean, I'm bringing my own handmade decks into the mix. So probably won't end up working out as well. And then we had stream highlights, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. So just these. Justin Larson with Epic Talvani Arcanist. Another looks like Lich's Ascension, and You Bet on the Wrong Side. Oh my, that's a very strong gambler. Okay, so just I thought this was other news. But alright. You guys probably aren't here for news. Let's get down to what we're really here to do. Now, This is a work in project Daedric army deck. I took the Daedra Conjurer, cut out the intelligence from it, and modified it by a bit. I took a few extra cards out and replaced with some other cards. So now the deck features... I tried my best to stick with the theme and not add too many more non-Daedra cards, but I added some cards in that would make sense. For example, Piercing Javelin. It would make sense that maybe the Golden Saints or Seducers would have javelins. Oh my, we're playing against rank 12. Jezebine, the Forgotten Hero. You really got to change that. I included one copy of Ring of Lordship just as a tester. These are not good cards to have in the opening hand, but since we are playing with a large amount of Daedra cards, I figured this might be a really good one to play, and I can discount all my Daedra that I get by one. It looks like this is going to be a very standard Crusader deck. He's rank 12, so this probably means that he also has the Forgotten Hero tag.
Awaiting orders.
I might hold on to the Ravenous Hunger for a turn. Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll just draw. Draw! Especially if he decides to play, say, a creature over here. Ideally, I get Ravenous Hunger in the to get cover, and then I put Ring of Lordship on it.
Perhaps I can help.
Nah, that's not good. Yeah, you can't attack with that. That doesn't have charge. You have to attack with that guy.
I hear and obey.
I will Ravenous Hunger because it is going to soak up some damage if he's smart about this. And give him the Ring of Lordship so that he'll actually trade into it. I'm wondering if he knows how Drain works. What are the odds he has a Silence in it? I don't think it's that high. Silences for Crusader are... well, I think in general they're all... no, there are some commons, but for Crusader they're epic levels of cards.
Steadfast, brothers.
Oh my. I'm going to lose to this, aren't I?
I hear and obey.
I will destroy.
Yeah, I'm going to lose to this, I bet. Okay then. That, on the other hand, is very potent. For this Silence, that is arguably one of the best ways of silencing outside of Red Brahmin. Just mass silence everything. So again, it only sucks if you want one thing silenced, but if you want multiple, this is a great silence card. He might trade the Resolute Ally in.
For the
Nope, he's going to trade that in. Thankfully, we're not going to be losing more damage to that.
You can't defeat us.
Hive Defender, that's a good drop, as long as he doesn't have a Javelin in hand. Hive Defender can clean this all up very nicely. Divine Fervor.
Spirit of the sky, guide us.
I really shouldn't be surprised on that one. Double Hive Defender. Madness Beckons, let's see what we get. Icy Shambles would be 8 cost. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did also add in a Dawn's Wrath. That was another, that was a more recent addition. Oh boy. Ravenous Hunger, wasn't hoping to see you at the moment. Hey, what's that? Oh, it's an item. A nasty item at that.
You will not pass.
Can I get a Prophecy, please, deck?
Tell
I have
me where
Javelins, and I have Golden Saint Initiates. Solid! Just don't... opponent's deck, do not give him any. I need to come back a little bit. He is all out of cards, though. Ooh. That's tempting. And I can't afford to do it, though. Fortress Guard, not the card I want. Hive Defender is the card I want. If I can hold out for a little bit... Oh, that's a problem. That's a bad problem. I will probably have to Fortress Guard, and then discard Triumphant Jarl and play Indoral Mastermind here.
Tell me where it is.
This is a little tricky. I could also Etiquette of Azura this and Indoral Mastermind as well. I feel like I want to save that for this though, because this is one of my 3 support removers. If I play Fortress Guard, he has it is a risk that I'm willing to take.
Who's there? Halt, I say. I live to serve.
They've no move.
It's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm going to pick another Indoral Mastermind over the Spider Worker. And I really need another prophecy right about now, because oh my, this is not looking good. If he plays more stuff here, which I'm trying to bait. Oh, that's bad. That probably has to be taken care of. By probably I mean that has to be taken care of. Festering Hunger. Javelin. That's good.
So predictable.
I sadly do lose. I lose the health that I gained to that, but at least I have a trade target now. We're not out of this yet. This is coming. It's really close. Where's my Dark Seducer? Seriously, if I get my Dark Seducer, unless he gets a Javelin, I almost guaranteed win. You fool! You absolute fool! Barbas.
A hard-fought victory.
I'm going to give him charge, so I can kill the imp and get rid of this.
Yeah, I just talked, and then continuing to do so.
Barbas gets charge.
I know wars to fight, dragons to confront.
Good boy, Barbas. Good boy. So I take it this guy's a fairly new player, which is understandable. I did get lucky with some of my draws and placement. Ooh.
This one is mine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Riften Lawkeeper. You will be able to keep the law until I can get... Oh my, yes.
Speak.
They'll move along if they don't want trouble.
I'll take care of it.
Sorry, Barbas, I had to get... We had to... Oh, yes. Do I go for this or do... I need that support remover in case he plays something else. Like a Mundus Stone, Orb of Vamira. I just need something else to help out. But we're coming back. We are making the comeback. Got an 8 Magicka card. At least I believe that's 8. That might be 8 health, though. Still, 8 health could buy us quite a bit. Alright, oh, Bellorak Commander. Let's see what 8 gives us. Oh, it is 8 cost.
So predictable.
Okay, so that is cost. I thought that might have been health. And he's going to be proving some good value. Oh, yes, and a sentry. But I think I'm better off playing our commander.
We must protect the wellspring.
You've messed with all the lesser Daedra, and now you're gonna... And now the big boys are coming out. Actually, how many Daedra have I played? I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Five Daedra up to the before I start cranking out my big guys. Sentry's going to be nice, going to be able to take out a lot. That's rather fortuitous that he's not going to be able to play. Ooh. Ooh, yes.
Ita Aurea.
I'm going to start with the sentry.
So predictable.
No, don't attack. Don't attack. I want to use my ability to drain to get my health back up. For all he knows, he's still in this game. He's not. He's actually quite dead at the moment. Sentry's going to give me more health. A scuttler. It's not going to give me that much more health from that.
Ita Aurea.
I beseech the gods.
Yeah.
Prepare to die.
Walk with our Lord.
Let's see what you're made of.
All right. We've won. We've managed to pull it back. I've had several of these games, by the way, where I come close to death. I'm able to turn it around with the cards that I have. Ooh, 2 health, nice. And then after I start getting enough of a health train going to get back in the game.
Your blood stands forfeit.
Stendarr
I did
protects
warn
me.
them.
So predictable.
Bye-bye. Good timing on the initiates. They definitely came in handy. Alright. I think I will play one last match. I think I might have the deck list completed. And I'm impressed that I was able to create a thematic deck that works out and could be... However, this is a... obviously an experienced player, no longer rank 12 but of rank 9. I get the ring this time, which is best case scenario for me. Anything else? Nope. Can make the butterflies fly around a little bit. Alright. Ooh, Golden Saint, another card that I have in here. And the nicer copy of it. Okay, finish. That doesn't really tell me too much about the deck. A lot of decks run finish off. This could possibly be the combo monk.
You can trust me.
Although that might be a problem. That's going to be a problem. So we could play Rift and Lawkeeper next turn, providing he doesn't chuck up a lethal creature.
Just give me a name.
Surprise!
I am so surprised.
They'll move along if they don't want trouble.
I also believe he's going to have a move. This might be Move Monk, or...
Distraction might prove useful.
Oh, that's bad. Thankfully, we've got enough reach to keep us alive. Dawn's Wrath is going to be a nice card to play as well. And Dawn's Wrath makes a lot of sense, because I like to think that it's with the Dawnbreaker, which is not a card in this deck, by the way. And Dawnbreaker, well, is a Daedric relic.
My blade is death to assassins. Behold my power. It's nothing personal.
Shrine Guardian, not the card I had in mind. Knight of Order.
Aha!
Come and have a taste, fetch.
Beaten.
If I could, I need him to play just a little more here. Not too quickly though. I'm not chucking up my Golden Saint just to die to Black Dragon. I think I am going to have it die to the Cloud Rest Illusionist though. I want to get him to play more creatures here. So who does he attack with first? Ideally he attacks with Cloud Rest Illusionist. For this exact reason.
Speak, citizen.
Because that way I would have been able to get the drain. Hive Defender.
Your fear betrays you.
It's nothing personal.
They make it too easy.
This is where it gets tricky to decide what to do. I mean, I probably should have chucked Initiate over here. I was not expecting a Hive Defender to come out all of a sudden. Clifton Lawkeeper, that's something.
You're finished.
They'll move along if they don't want trouble.
Alright. Let's try to drain. We gotta make it seem like we got nothing. If he could play just... If he could fill this side of the board up, I'd be happy. He's got 14 on board currently.
So much work yet to do.
That's actually lethal unless I get a prophecy. And I really need a prophecy.
This is on your head.
Speak.
Not that
citizen.
prophecy, I need a javelin. Javelin, please? Please get a javelin. Please be too scared to finish off. Oh, he's too scared to do it. Thank you.
Behold my power.
Although that is a issue. Dark Seduce. Oh dear.
I did warn them.
Why couldn't you just play this over here? There's no way, unfortunately. Well, that was unfortunate. That is the one weakness to this deck, is it has a lot of big creatures. The problem is if you draw into them consistently, it doesn't really work. I needed a second Javelin. Had I gotten the second Javelin, I could have got rid of the Cloud Rest Illusionist, Dawn's Wrath the other lane, or if he had actually played his other creature, if he played the Clockwork Apostle in the other lane, also would have held off there. I'm surprised he didn't actually try to push lethal that turn. Zazie 83, the Supreme Atromancer, rank 10. Playing a Battle Mage. Let's get rid of Darkfire for now. This also would have been a nice card to have. That's good. Got Ring of Lordship. I could discount my Daedra. Something tells me this might be the newest version of Battle Pants. He's definitely got the cards lined up for it. Which means our drain creatures are going to have a lot of value. Yeah, this is definitely drain.
The Oriole do not waste time chatting with mortals.
Well, well, what have we here?
Oh my, you god. Wow. That's not bad. You gonna use the item?
You best stay on the marked path.
Oh dear.
This find belongs to me. Do
I got anything to deal with that? Not really.
The Oriole do not waste time chatting with mortals. Speak, citizen.
Okay, we gotta get rid of this Gardener's Swords before it gets too out of control.
Time to mount up.
Well, there goes my drain. Well, that doesn't really matter. He runs
Keep
that
off the
to...
grass.
Oh, thank you! Thank you!
This find belongs to me.
You don't seem to realize that I can really capitalize on my Daedra.
They'll move along if they don't want trouble.
You know, this deck is sort of built to counteract a lot of very aggressive decks. Got a way to cause them to lose.
I stand behind my work.
This might be handy.
I have a way to make sure that they lose value and their card. Oh, ooh.
Before the saints.
That they lose attack. I got a lot of drain creatures, some of them with prophecy that punishes. Lots of late game, so if it does end up going late game, unless they can get a few lucky top decks and immediately win, it's just going to curve in my favor.
Let's see if we can't reach an arrangement.
That's a problem if he decides to go after.
I'm ready.
He's going to kill it.
I don't just know how to make them.
Well, this suddenly became a problem. And it doesn't help that this guy can actually kill the Gatekeeper. He can't kill the Seducer Darkfire, though.
Walk with our Lord.
What do I punt? What do I get rid of here? What's a good card he could pick up? 2 costs. You'd have access to a lot of them. 1 cost would be another good choice. I'm gonna go 2 costs or 4. Problem is both of these have ward potentials on them. I'm gonna go 4 because that's an item. 4 is gonna give him an item. 2 will just give him war, and the item is going to make it much
Don't
deadlier.
underestimate me.
I don't just know how to make them.
I sharpen weapons. Don't
Don't
care
care.
to
Wasn't
wield
valuable,
them.
they wouldn't lock it up.
Turns out 2 was the better play there. Festering Hunger. I can Festering Hunger into Gatekeeper, making sure that he can only attack once
Your
per turn.
blood stands forfeit.
I did that in the wrong order again.
An unfortunate mistake.
Then Gatekeeper, he can only attack with 1 creature per turn. We need to get rid of that, though. We have to get rid of that next turn. I needed to kill this off, because otherwise he could just take out the Gatekeeper flat out. Don't mess this up!
This find.
And he messed it up! Oh yeah, I can't attack now.
Walk with our Lord.
I'm wondering if he did have an item. Okay, I take that back if this isn't an item. Oh, that's ow.
I sharpen weapons. Don't
Don't
care to wield them.
Alright, so we get rid of our own Gatekeeper so we can attack again.
Your blood stands forfeit.
I drain and play the Commander.
Wellspring.
I'm going to enjoy this.
This is the set. Well, for me, this is about the 4th time I've gotten Tower Alchemist off of an initial
I keep a
summon.
spare blade in my boot.
Which, to me, that's...
There's loot here, Skywag. I can smell it.
You're not winning this, I'm sorry. You've lost.
Your blood stands forfeit.
Lightning Bolt
Your
can't
blood
save you now.
stands forfeit. They will fall before my blade.
So yes, as you can see, when you try to discount Daedra summoning, like we did with Heretic Conjurer, it normally ends poorly. However, if you just properly wait, turns out you can do a lot and still win. By the way, I went to bed after or upload, well, not after uploading that video, a while after I uploaded that video, and when I went back on this morning, actually, I'd answered a comment on the last when I last saw that video. Woke up this morning, saw that another comment had been made, and realized that it had about 91 views according to YouTube. So, oh boy, that was a hit. But anyways, that's going to be all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed. Don't forget to share this video or any of my other videos to anybody who you think will enjoy my content. Next time, I'm going to possibly make a little more adjustments with our Daedra deck. Maybe try to throw in a few prophecies and edit it a little bit more. Here's the deck list, by the way, for all of those interested. It's 56 cards, yes. Ring of Lordship is more of a tester one in this, and it might work out. I'm thinking I'm going to probably take out a copy of this and opt for a second copy of the Ring of Lordship. Because we saw what happened when we were able to get it attached to the Shining Saint. We got some of our Daedra out faster. It was a shame I wasn't able to get our Dark Seducer out immediately, but it works, and I'm very happy with it. I'm gonna take up probably the Sentry too. And in exchange, what else do I put in? What else do I toss in? I said I have 5 costs. I'm pretty sure I threw all my piercing. Yeah, I threw all my piercing javelins in. Would it make sense to have Vivek in this deck? That's a good question. I'm gonna say no for now. I mean, it would make sense to have Dawnbreaker, but I also have to think a little realistically. I think having Kwama, I don't know the story behind everything behind the Kwama, but being how it's from Morrowind, and Morrowind and Dunmer are a big worshipper of Daedra, I think maybe that it's very loosely related, but I think that gives it enough reason. Oh, actually, no. You know what? No. I got a better one. This came from the Mad Prince pack. So obviously, these Kwama have been blessed by Sheogorath, which not only fits with our Daedra theme, it also fits after whom a lot of these Daedra end up calling their Daedric Lord. Hungers, well, they're used in the Shivering Isles. I guess Sheogorath has some spider workers roaming around. Dunmer who worship, although maybe not particularly Sheogorath. Riften Lawkeepers, they don't really have a reason for being in here, but I'll invent a reason for them to be in here. Apex Wolves, these are unusually strength wolves, and they're just found within the Shivering Isles. After all, it is a land of what-ifs. Journey to Sovngarde could probably be loose. Oh, I know. So these Riften Lawkeepers ended up in the Shivering Isles, and they're trying to make a journey. They thought they were making a journey to Sovngarde, when actually they made a journey to the Shivering Isles. There we go. That works out with this. Anything else that I have to explain? No. All of these are either Daedra, or I've officially explained their backstories. And of course, Madness Beckoning, because we have to beckon madness, and Blackmail, because we can blackmail people into either becoming insane or joining us. There we go. The story of this entire deck has been officially made, and it now works. I think I'm going to take away the work in progress. I believe this is the final iteration of this. So, thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed. Don't forget to share this video or any of my other videos to anybody who you think will enjoy my content. I'm going to start putting the links for these videos in the description, or maybe a link to past videos. I'm also going to make a small playlist comprising of all my Isles of Madness. Oh, and while I'm at it, tomorrow is 31st, so that means we are going to, starting the 1st of February, which is 28 days, yeah, but we're still going to try to do it. We're going to resume the quest to our Legendary Climb series, featuring this Daedra army deck. We're going to go feature Easy on the Removal, and maybe one other deck that I have yet to make. I'm thinking about making a really, well, completely random deck, but it's going to have 4 main supports in this. 3 copies of Gates of Madness, and a copy of Dragon Mound. Why does it show up as a 6 cost? Does it show up as a 3 cost? It shows up as a 3 cost too. I'm sorry, that's a completely different tangent, but it's going to have Gates of Madness and Dragon Mound. I guess since it's... but I'm not going to bother. Anyways, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take it easy.